I always thought this world was beautiful from hearing about it from my older relatives, my dad who grew up in it, my mother who grew up in it. And it's a world that is very beautiful. And we, myself, Christian, the cinematographer, Chivo, we wanted to create it so it was our world. It was not one that you'd experienced before, that it was beautiful and enchanting in a way that makes it completely new, which is how my best movies that I've watched by other people are. You see the world with new eyes because of the personalities and the nature of the world. Now this world, it's two worlds really. The film's a bit of an epic film. So because you see the history of their friendship. So this in a way is my most ambitious film, and it's the most like a novel. Amsterdam, love, murder, conspiracy. Or Amsterdam, let the love, murder, and conspiracy begin. Now, to me, this is a story I want to tell. This is a story I want to hear. Love, it starts with love. And love is what drives Burt Berenson, played by Christian Bale, an outsider doctor who married into this medical practice. He loves his wife, and the in-laws don't like him. They don't like this outsider. You don't belong here. Go to the war, you'll get a bunch of medals, you'll come back, you'll fit in, Christian Bale. You'll fit in, and you'll fit in more. And Harold Woodman has also been told in his new world, having moved from Texas, where he has a deep past we're going to hear about, to New York, you're going to belong more as Americans. You'll get full rights as Americans if you go to war. Same thing. They were told they could not have a regiment, the 369th. However, Bill Hayward, which is somewhat the basis for Bill Meekins, the Ed Begley character, this was someone who insisted that these men deserved to have their own regiment. And they, of course, turned out to be one of the most heroic and unstoppable regiments in the whole war. Well, to me, the reality of the characters in the worlds that I get to make with my collaborators are funny because of how committed they are to who they are. And that means their personalities and their spirits and their courage for life and also their struggles with life. And that, to me, is always funny, it's as much as it is also emotional and serious. So all of these characters are funny. And I was going to describe the moment when Bert feels abandoned by Harold, just to go back to the hospital for a second. And Harold's walking off with Valerie, JD walking off with Margot, his new friend, his new romance. And Bert says, "Hey, what are you doing? Where are you going?" It's how it always is for friends, whether it's two women friends or two men friends. One of them meets somebody to get involved with, and, "Oh, what's happening? You're leaving. You're going off." Right? And Chris Rock says, "Hey, young man, do you know what you're doing right now?" And Valerie says, "He's in very safe hands with me." I loved her performance in I, Tonya, which I consider to be a cousin of The Fighter, that world, those people, leading those double lives of dreams and trouble, and mistakes and redemptions, So, and getting to know her, she was a natural fit for this role. And she's a fearless actor, and she will, even if she's uncertain about something, this is one of the things I admire about her most. It's an act of faith. It's a leap of faith. Even if she's uncertain about something, she will leap in and give it 1,000%. And that's a great courage as an artist and as an actor. And she did it with the French. She did it with the art. This is her art. And she actually made the art herself. We gave her these old cameras from the period and these tools and the metal scraps. And she made, during the pandemic, she made art in her house that is in the movie, that she made. So she's very modest, and she'll say, "I didn't really do that," but she did do that. Judy Becker is an incredible designer that I've worked with going back to before The Fighter, and she is an artist in her own right, and she creates her worlds. Judy creates beautiful worlds, as she did, and she's very specific with every. She does it Judy's way, and it's her signature, the way she makes something beautiful. And in Silver Linings, it was one way. In The Fighter, it was another way. In American Hustle, it was this way. And in Amsterdam, it's this way. The world is luscious and precise and filled with Valerie's art that Judy helped create with Margot and with Sterling, Linder Sterling, who's a British visual artist who, like Valerie, she makes art like Valerie makes, like Merritt Oppenheim makes, like Hannah Hawk makes. These are the historical artists that I was inspired by. George O'Keeffe as well has a lot of the attitude that Valerie has. And so Judy's everything.